kind of a mix-up in what we've been seeing here from the Blue Ribbon so far with the first annual Denny Ruh.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's fun for fans to be able to experience it. I think it's fun for everybody to get a chance to relive a little bit of history, maybe see some of the future, and then just get another glimpse at the current ball club. So it's going to be a fun afternoon, and we got a home run derby after this as well. It's going to be a very laid-back, very exciting afternoon of baseball here what we got today.
Absolutely. It's the kind of reset you need after a long summer of baseball. We've got alumni and prospects coming to face off on the third base dugout, facing off against your current Blue Ribbons Ball Club. Home Run Derby will follow a 7-inning ball game here between the two teams, and it's the first annual Denny Ruh Classic. Denny Ruh, a longtime Blue Ribbons manager, the first ever for Green Bay, a founding father of Bay baseball back in the 70s, and led the Blue Ribbons to 12 Wisconsin State League titles over 26 seasons, a 7-time WSL Manager of the Year, part of the Blue Ribs, Sultanes, and De Pere Dodgers. Some of these guys have played for Denny Ruh and coming back here today, so it'll be interesting to see. And Tanner Alstein, a former Blue Ribbon, he'll be leading the ball club, probably against some guys that he played with as well.
Yeah, it should be fun. There's one guy for sure who played for Coach Ruh, and that's Zach Bruce, who's going to be getting the start for the alumni crew at second base today. So certainly some old memories coming back for some of these guys, I would imagine, and just another chance to put on that uniform again, take a couple hacks at it, and get out there in the field and just relive some good memories.
Hopefully no injuries will happen today, especially for the alumni and prospects. Starting lineups here, first for the visitors, the Denny Ruh Classic Blue Ribbons. It is the shortstop, number 18, Griffin Summers, batting leadoff. In the 2 spot, number 13, Drew LeClaire at third base. Number 36, Cam Jackson out in center field. The cleanup hitter, number 14, Trent Van Ness in right. Behind the dish, number 27, Peyton Bannon. At first base, number 40, Cole Clark. Over at second base, aforementioned number 5, Zach Bruce. The DH is 46, Dante Wilmette. A Leo, a man of his own, son of the president, Ken Leo, and Ken Leo is 24, Daniel Leo. The pitcher on the mound, number 16, Matthew Eberhardt. Eberhardt, a graduate of Freedom High School in 2024. He pitched 8 games for the Blue Ribbons and first game action after having off-season shoulder surgery. So it'll be interesting to see what Eberhardt gives for the alumni today. And then your current Blue Ribbons, the leadoff man, the Loge nose, number 35, Landon Lozier in the DH spot. Number 2 spot, 30, Braden Steinbecker at short. The other side of the infield, number 3, Jake Potazik at second base. In the 4th spot, the Mr. Current Blue Ribbon himself, James Bornick. And 27, John Zemer at third base to round out the infield. Out in left field, number 12, Noah Robinson. Behind the dish, 46, Miles Hunter. In right field, number 28, Isaac Pullman. And out in center, number 42, Mason Sequin. On the mound, it is Gavin Lux getting his second start here at home for the Blue Ribbons, a Luxembourg Casco High School graduate. So, old versus new. The Blue Ribbons are going to be facing off against the alumni. First pitch coming up shortly here on Blue Ribbons Media Network.
Fans at this time, we ask you to please stand before you. Remove your hat and put your hand over your heart as we honor our country with the performance of our national anthem. Here before tonight's national anthem is gently up.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? Whose broad stripes like bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly slain. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you.
Fun opportunity here of baseball for Green Bay. You got the Blue Ribbons of the current taking on the Blue Ribbons of the past and the future. Down D'Angelo San Marchand on the call today here for the first ever Denny Ruh Classic at Joannes Park. And our first pitch coming out, and then Gavin Lux is going to take the mound, a former Luxembourg Casco high school graduate. Lux had an opportunity, a 3.60 ERA, came in, pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, 2 earned, and 8 strikeouts. The lone appearance he had early on this season. It's been a while since that moment when Gavin came out here and pitched. He pitched well, and when the Ribbons needed pitching the most, he came on and he was called. Probably due to a connection of some sort with manager Tanner Alstein, a former Luxembourg Casco graduate himself. But regardless, Green Bay ready to go and play some fun baseball here today.
The sun's finally coming out for it. It was cloudy this morning, but it's starting to peek out a little bit this afternoon.
I thought maybe it was going to rain the way that it looked today, and I was like, oh no, no, we can't handle another rain out here for the Blue Ribbons. It has been a summer filled with lots of wet weather. Green Bay a short roster here today, so we'll see if Lux doesn't make it through the whole thing, who they turn to in terms of an arm. But regardless, we're going to get some fun action. Home plate umpire is Edward Lovrich, and in the field, Doug Stenke.
Leading off the DRC All-Stars, the shortstop, number 18, Griffin.
First up to the plate here to lead things off, it's number 18, Griffin Summers, the shortstop for the DRC. That's what we'll call them, the DRC. I think they're saying All-Stars, so we'll go DRC All-Stars. That's fine. It's fine by me. Summers a Blue Ribbons career hits leader, 11 ahead of James Bornick and 13 ahead of Noah Robertson. So we'll see how things shape up. He takes the ball away on the first pitch. Inside, called a strike. Count goes even at 1-1.
Can expect Summers to have a pretty good eye. You don't become a hits leader without having a elite plate discipline and approach.
He played under Denny Ruh for 2 seasons with the De Pere Dodgers. Attended college at Judson University out in Illinois. Count even at 2 apiece. Be interesting to see the last time he took the field and saw live pitching. That might impact him a little bit here today, but so far, 2-2 the count. Inside, draws it full. Lux delivers, and a chopper back to the mound. Fielded by Lux on to first base for out number 1.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13, Drew Leclerc.
Just a little dribbler there. Easy play for Gavin to make coming off of the mound there, and just a little shovel toss to first. Well, to your point, probably the first real cuts that Griffin's had in a little while, so just getting his feet wet in his first plate appearance.
Drew Leclerc steps into the box, the third baseman in the 13 jersey, and takes a breaking ball here for strike 1. Leclerc, a 2026 Bayport High School graduate. He'll be playing for a former Blue Ribbon skipper in Hayden Price at Illinois Valley Community College. Lux has had a little bit of issues landing the breaking ball here early on, but only 2 batters into the game. Chopper through the left side, going to get through the 5-6 hole past Brain Steinbecker out in the left field. Noah Robinson recovers, and the first hit of the ball game belongs to Drew Leclerc.
Pretty good cut there, hit it hard to that left side of the infield for Leclerc. Guy's certainly got power, know that. Nice way to get his day started.
Cam Jackson out in center field. He'll step into the box, takes a hack at the first pitch, and slices it foul to the right side. Jackson's career with the Blue Ribbons was just 4 games back in 2024. Had 2 hits, and now he's got a runner on first, trying to punch home something first. Slices it into right field. It ends up in Pullman's glove, and just going station to station. Up ahead is Drew Leclerc, so 2 on here with 1 away for the All-Stars. Brings up Trent Van Ness. Power hitter in Van Ness. He's over in right field to start this one.
That last pitch was on the inner half of the plate, and Leclerc, with a good read on it, didn't try to push it to third, and Jackson able to just fight it off and kind of hook it almost and into right field.
So Lux now working with runners on first and second, 1 away. Middle of the infield pinching second base. Van Ness chops one to Steinbecker. On to second. Patazic over to 1. That'll be double. Turn 2 are the Blue Ribbons here in the top of the first. That'll do it for the DCM or Denny Ruh Classic All-Stars. There we go, the DRC All-Stars in the top half. Blue Ribbons of the Current ready to take on the alums and the prospects. On the mound for the DRC All-Stars, it's Matthew Eberhardt, a 2024 Freedom High School grad coming off of shoulder surgery. It's going to be interesting to see how things work for him. He's wearing a sleeve on the right arm, and stepping in the box is a red-hot Landon Lozier in the 35 jersey for your current Blue Rebs. He's the DH today, but swinging an awfully hot bat. Has been kind of shut down playing defense, but Lozier's still getting his work in. Takes a strike on the outside half of the plate. Two strikes right off the bat, so no command issues so far for Eberhardt. It's a good start if this is your first action from shoulder surgery. Lozier inside out, foul ball, just foul in outside the line. Otherwise, he easily has a double the way that Lozier can fly.
Good approach, tried to take the fastball to the opposite field, tried to just slice it down the line and couldn't quite keep it fair. Lozier is the leadoff batter, which is presented by the Cherry Optical Lab.
Behind 0-2 in the count here is Landon Lozier. He's seen 3 pitches. Turns on one, drives it out into center field. Jackson a good read, and Lozier is the first out of the ball game in the bottom half of the first.
Shortstop number 30, Raymond Steinbecker.
Good piece of hitting from Landon Lozier. Got all strikes, but just couldn't find some grass.
Yeah, good cut, just hit it right to a glove, hard out for Lozier to lead it off, and that's what you come to expect out of Landon. Really good contact hitter, 308 average. Just unable to find Pater with that one.
Stepping up to the plate behind him is Brain Steinbecker, the shortstop. Got to see him turn an inning-ending double play. Punches this one out to right field. First step in, and then trails back on it is Van Ness. So it's 2 up, 2 down on a couple of hard lineouts for the first 2 here from the Blue Ribbons.
Another good swing of the bat, another hit to opposite field for Steinbecker. He's been liking that right center gap recently, the last couple times we've seen him, unable to find grass with that swing.
Watching the Brewer game yesterday, and this is pretty much the case for them. Although it's only the first inning, there was a lot of hard hit baseballs, but right at people, and Milwaukee would go on to fall. They had kind of a fun moment themselves, the Legends game delivery here to Jake Patazik in the 3 spot. Eberhardt trying to go unscathed, 1-2-3. Patazik takes the first strike, count 2-1. Jake just been a staple here for the Blue Ribbons all season. Started out holding down third base. He's at second today and turns on one, grounds this here to the second baseman, Bruce. Sliding play over to first, pick unable to be picked over at 1 by Clark. So it's an error after a good sliding stop there from the second baseman, Bruce. Cole Clark can't hold on to it. Townsend is on with 2 away.
Nice play by Bruce there in the second base gap. Tried to get it over to Clark, just not quite able to corral it. It was a little bit of a low throw. So safe at first is Patazik, first base runner for the Blue Ribbons.
Now it's Bornick. Ball gets past the catcher Dannon, and Patazik is easily into second base. Might take a while for some of these guys to get going, not necessarily those that have just graduated high school, but other than that, it is a flurry of guys who haven't necessarily seen live pitching, live fielding, all the things in a while. Bornick turns on one, and just to the right side of first base, foul ball. Can imagine James Bornick will be facing off against this ball club in future Denny Ruh Classic games. He just can't get enough of baseball. Has talked to lengths about knowing when it's time to hang it up, but not yet for James Bornick. Still a couple of records to chase here for the Blue Ribbons. Chops it, and Bornick will not leg it out. It is a dead ball. So a new opportunity, 1-2 the count. Everything pulled right side here so far for Bornick. Runner in scoring position is Patazik. He's got some good speed. Eberhardt misses low and inside with the fastball.
James on the year, 377. Only 9 RBIs for him, which is a little bit surprising considering the stats he's put up in previous seasons.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Long look. Bornick turns on one and spoils it foul. So extending the at-bat here is Bornick. 9 RBIs, quite the shocking number. What's not shocking is that he's hitting 377 across it. A lone home run. Has only struck out 7 times in 60 plate appearances. 1-2. There's strikeout number 8 on the season as Eberhardt gets to strand the runner at second base in Patazik. Knotted up at nothing here after 1. Gavin Lax back on the mound for the Blue Ribbons. Hunter in between innings. Hunter was originally supposed to suit up for the DRC Stars and some catching needs for Green Bay. He is now with the current ball club. Not his first time in that position. He is a second game here with the ball club, and leading off this top of the second is Peyton Dannon, the catcher for the All-Stars. Dan spoils away the first pitch. Lax trying to work it here. Gets him to go on a breaking ball. Ahead in the count 0-2. Defense playing pretty straight up here on Dannon. Delivery from Lax, a chopper back to himself, off the mound, easy play, little hop and throw over to first base. Another batter retired by Gavin Lax.
Went with a slider there, did Lax, able to get him to chase, and a really high chopper on the infield. Didn't have too much distance to it, so another routine play for Lax.
That fields his position extremely well, not to mention, so it has been a couple of easy plays back to the pitcher, 17 pitches in total. Brings up Cole Clark, the first baseman, and beer batter here for the All-Star game. Doesn't matter what kind of competition we're going after, there's still got to be a beer batter here in Green Bay. He puts a good drive out into center field. Tracking it down is making Mason Sequin to his left. But a good swing of the bat there from Cole Clark.
Yeah, good cut from Clark. A couple of hard-hit outs to begin this game today.
He's a 2019 Marion graduate. Hit a career-high 280 in that season and played with the De Pere Dodgers from 2017 to 2019. Zach Bruce on to face Lax for the first time.
One thing both pitchers have established early, Eberhardt and Lax, they are pounding strikes.
Chopper foul towards the dugout. One thing we did not see on Thursday was a hefty amount of strikes thrown.
A lot of walks on Thursday night.
One of the most unique games of baseball we've both been a part of. Lax gets a check swing, chopper. Strike three, 1-2-3. The DRCA Stars go in the second. Back for more Blue Ribbon baseball. Scoreless to this point so far. We're through an inning and a half. John Zemer, the third baseman for the Blue Ribbons, ready to lead things off. See what he can do. Got a lot of power in his bat, a lot of pop so far this summer. Eberhardt drops in a breaking ball. Zemer will be one of the 8 home run derby contestants following this game here. Based on a point system, we'll get more in depth on that later. Down 0-2. Looks at a breaking ball on the outside half of the plate for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. Inside, got his back foot, and up until that point, Eberhardt has been working well for a guy that's coming off of shoulder surgery.
Yeah, really having good command of his fastball these first few batters that he's faced. That one kind of got away from him a little bit, gives a free base to Zemer.
Brings up Noah Robinson with the man on first and nobody away. During the break, we saw assistant coach and pitcher here for the DRC Stars, Brett Whiffen, come across the field with a bucket. make sure he had a place to sit over on the opposing dugout. Robinson takes the first two here for balls. Be interesting to see if we see Whiffen pitch at all, depending on how long Eberhardt can go. Count runs 3-0 on Robinson. Pretty decorated hitter himself. Mentioned earlier, he's right behind James Bornick in the hits leaders. Eberhardt delivery, it's a 4-pitch walk, and now runners on first and second here for the Blue Ribbons.
Number 46, Miles Hunter.
Threat brewing, and it's Miles Hunter. He went 2 for 3 in his lone game with the ball club this summer.
Showed some good plate discipline, too. Drawed 2 walks in his first start with the Blue Ribbons. He'll be in the home run derby later.
Yeah, how about that? 1 game with the Blue Ribbons, and you have an opportunity to be in the home run derby. Swings through the fastball this time, count even 1 apiece.
Definitely got some pop in that bat. He was in the middle of the order his entire senior season at Notre Dame this past year.
Takes a breaking ball, 1-2. Notre Dame a stellar season once again. I feel like that's the case for pretty much every sport over at Notre Dame. Turns on one. Out to left field, Leo going back. That ball is up and out of here. How about it, Miles Hunter? Getting the home runs, working early before that home run derby. It's a 3-0 lead here for the current Blue Ribbons. Hunter did not miss.
Just said it a minute ago, he was in the heart of the order for Coach Barker. Did not miss this pitch. Hard hit out to left field. Got some good carry underneath it. Big swing of the bat for Hunter.
Talk about coming in here and making an impact as we get a pitching visit from manager Liam Jones. Played for the Blue Ribbons 2020 to 2023. Pretty decorated in terms of his Blue Ribbons career. It's a way to talk that into existence. Usually we're pretty good for the announcer's jinx, announcer's curse, or whatever may be the case. I know we've talked about it at times already.
It's not often the case.
But, Miles Hunter pops one, and it's a 3-0 lead here for the Blue Ribbons. Isaac Pullman steps up to the plate, the lefty. Couple of lefties in this lineup here for Green Bay. Takes outside. The pitch to Hunter, really the only miscue that we've seen from Eberhardt, but struggling a little bit here more in the second inning as he comes off. 3-0. Command issues rise, and you're trying to just throw a strike, and maybe that one hangs over the middle of the plate. Miles Hunter didn't miss. See what Pullman does with the 3-0. Turns on it. Good drive. Out into the gap in right center. Jackson, a good jump on it, though, and camps out. That's out number 1. A fly out for Isaac Pullman. Brings up the 9-hitter Mason Sequin.
Just a little bit underneath that one was Pullman. Try to more hook it towards right field and just a touch underneath that fastball.
Turns on one, spoils it right at assistant coach Brett Whiffen. He comes up, chirping at Sequin. Good thing he got the bucket. Trying to take out the opposing side. And he swings through the breaking ball. Good one there from Eberhardt. Sequin playing a good center field, but has had his struggles at the plate. Chops it just left side of LeClaire over at third base. "17 strikeouts in 33 at-bats on the season here for Sequin. Fastball is pulled away. Count 1-2. Breaking ball no good. Evened it up here has Mason Sequin. Lozier on deck, should Sequin reach, and instead he swings through.
Number 35,
Out number 2. Oftentimes it just feels like Sequin's getting himself behind in the count and playing defensively rather than offensively in terms of his approach at the plate.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and that's happened to him a couple times this year.
Lozier spoils one to the left side. Leo camps out underneath it towards the line. Out number 3. So Green Bay is done here in the second, but not before Miles Hunter comes up big. A 3-run blast out to left field gives Green Bay a 3-0 lead. Leading off here in the third, it's Dante Wilmette for the DRC All-Stars in the 8th spot, the designated hitter. And on the mound, you might recognize him. It's manager Tanner Alstein. Pumps in a strike for the first pitch. This was not on my bingo card today. Going to see manager Alstein, and he drops in a good fastball and a breaking ball, head 0-2 on the count. He's played with the Casco Athletics this summer, so no surprise really that he's able to play, but just not an expectation that he was going to get into this ballgame.
He's pitched 2 innings with the Athletics. A 0 ERA.
That's how you do it. Wilmette just spoils away the pitch to the right side, keeping himself alive. We knew Green Bay was hurting for arms, and freezes Wilmette on the inside corner. A backward skate here for manager Tanner Alstein, a decorated pitcher of the Blue Ribbons in the past. And the hometown favorite, Daniel Leo, out in left field here for the DRC All-Stars. Can imagine we'll see Daniel suiting up for the actual ball club next summer, more than likely, going into his senior year at Preble. Son of Ken and Jen, two of the greats that helped lead this organization. Behind 0-2, and
Good take.
that's a really good take. Breaking ball on the outside half of the plate. Alstein wanted it. Delivery here instead is inside, and another backwards K. So 2 up, 2 down, and a couple of backwards Ks in the book for Tanner Alstein. Top of the lineup in Griffin Summers. He was a ground out back to Gavin Lax, the pitcher, in the top of the first. Pumping in the strikes here is Tanner Alstein. There's another one on the outside corner. He's a 2021 Luxembourg Casco High School grad, attended Marian University. This ball is split into the gap out in left center field. Will get all the way to the wall. Sequin chasing over. Summers has himself a 2-out double. Just went with the pitch he was given, and a good piece of hitting there for Griffin Summers brings up Drew LeClaire.
Good swing of the bat there. Is able to take that fastball the opposite direction into the gap in left center. Certainly got some speed on him. The Summers cruises into second with a stand-up double.
Two out and a runner on second. Alstein gets LeClaire to pop up right side. Chasing back, Bornick. That's a foul ball. Did he make the grab? Bornick did not, but a foul ball. Home plate umpire signaled yes. It was an out, but it had dropped, and Bornick was giving a good chase. Speaking of home plate umpire, good shout out to Annie B. Sweet in Topeka, Kansas. That comes from the man behind home plate. Strike on the outside, 0-2 the count. Alstein, breaking ball, gets LeClaire to chase and just does spoil it away. Tanner was part of the championship run in 2024 with the Blue Ribbons on the mound. 8th manager all-time in Blue Ribbons history, now coming back out and making another appearance. Breaking ball. Chopped up the middle, Steinbecker, one-hop scoop over to first to Bornick, and it's a clean inning for Tanner Alstein. DRC Ribs, they've got nothing here. Leading the charge here for the DRC All-Stars, it's Dante Wilmot, son of the Blue Ribbons Hall of Famer Paul Wilmot. Did not allow a single earned run in 2022 when he pitched for the Blue Ribbons, and then in the Northwoods League for the Green Bay Bullfrogs in 2015. It's been a while since the Blue Ribbon has been connected to the Bullfrogs. So much has changed since then. They turned into the Booyah, now the Rockers. Had a couple of championship runs. Isaac Verbruggen, tall righty for Green Bay this season, now pitching with the Rockers, just was signed a couple of days ago. Steinbecker leads it off, chops it to his position at short. Over to first, throw is wide, no tag, and Steinbecker beats out the ground ball on the infield.
Number 3, fantastic.
Good throw might get him in that situation, but probably an infield single.
That's a tough one. You think you're gonna give him a hit on that?
I think so.
Okay.
What would you say? What's your call?
I wrote down on my scorecard E6
Okay.
because I think a good throw does get him there.
Absolutely. Let's go with that. And we'll see what the official lineup card or scorebook says. Let's go E6. Fairly routine play there. Summers couldn't make it. Jake Patazik, one of 3 lefties here in the Blue Ribbons lineup. Shows bunt, tries to skip out of the way. Ball hits him off the back foot. It'll be an easy trot down to first base.
Number 7.
So first 2 have reached here in the third, bringing up James Bornick. Guy we talk about so much. Past Sam Conley, a Blue Ribbons Hall of Famer for franchise record in doubles, approaching the franchise record in hits, and holds a variety of other records here for the Blue Ribbons and for many ball clubs. Pops this one up. Frustration. Summers under it at short. Makes the grab for out number 1. And John Zemer will have an opportunity to add to this Blue Ribbons lead that currently sits 3-0. Fastball bottom half of the zone for Wilmot.
I'm curious what you think, Sam. What have you thought about it seems like it's a pretty big strike zone for some of these pitchers these first few innings, which I'm here for it for some of these guys that maybe haven't pitched in a little while, getting some of those corner calls that maybe you haven't seen throughout the course of the entirety of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen some very slim strike zones. That's for sure. And honestly, huge fan of an expanded strike zone. I think it forces the hitters to go up there swinging. That's the point of the game. Fans want to see hits. Fans want to see, you don't want to come here and see 80 walks in a game. It just kind of makes for boring baseball if you're not a baseball, connoisseur. So I'm a big fan of the bigger strike zone, on top of the fact that as a catcher, I love when we're getting the corners. Zemer hits a drive out in the left center gap. Leo is looking up. And speak of the devil, John Zemer. Another 3-run bomb. He's going to be in the home run derby again tonight. Couple of guys going shot for shot inside the game. Zemer didn't miss it. Second 3-run blast we've seen here for the current Blue Ribbons. And Zemer again didn't miss that one. It was Leo and Jackson out in left and center, just turned around and started looking up.
Yeah, that one was pretty well struck. It had some really good carry out towards left field, and Zemer, it's got to feel good for him. The home run ball has been at times a little bit difficult to come by for him. And getting some of those power numbers for John has got to feel great as well. 6-0 Ribs.
His 9th RBIs on the season, and the first blast that he's had. Noah Robinson will step up. Walked on 4 pitches the last time he was to the plate. Pretty lefty-heavy lineup here for Green Bay. Don't see that all too often, having all the lefties in there. Robinson and Pullman. Robinson hits this one right back where it came from, out in the right center. Line drive, base hit single. Brings up the dangerous Miles Hunter. Don't want to take away all their home run power before the home run derby, though.
That's true. You got to save some of it in there and keep it for the main event in some sports. Good swing of the bat from Robinson, right back up the middle.
This offense starting to get hot. Breaking ball gets through the legs and back to the backstop from Gannon. Robinson will just take a slow trot over to second base. Gannon calls time, and we'll get rid of the baseball. New one here for Wilmette. Quite a few fans here at the Joe. A beautiful Saturday. The last Saturday of baseball here at Joannes. Season winding down extremely quickly. Feels like just yesterday was middle of June and we had like a 10-game homestand. Delivery here. Hunter drills one. Jackson in on it. It's going to get over his head. Robinson will score with ease. And Miles Hunter going to jog himself into second base. A stand-up double. 7-0. Blue Ribbons of the Current taking over these DRC All-Stars.
Number 28, Isaac Holman.
Couple really nice cuts from Hunter. First one got out of the ballpark. That was a hit to dead center. Got over the head of Jackson. Maybe a little flat-footed trying to catch up to that one there, but nonetheless still a really good swing.
Yeah, Jackson has played some really good center field so far here today. He's had some action early on. That was not his best route to the baseball. Holman, right back to Wilmot. He's going to get 2. Yep, double them off. That's about as hard hit of a baseball as you're going to get from Isaac Pullman. Right back at Wilmot. He heads over to second base. Double them off, but Green Bay had 7-0 here on Blue Ribbons Media Network. Sam Marchand, Dom DeAngelo. Cam Jackson will start things in the top of the fourth here for the DRC All-Stars. Tanner Alstein back on the mound for Green Bay, drops in the first pitch strike. And then fouled away, so ahead early in the count.
Number 55, Tanner Alstein.
Would be curious to see if this is Tanner's last inning of work, and he doesn't really like to change pitchers with a couple of outs in the inning. He likes to start the inning fresh with a new arm. So I'd be interested to see how many innings of work he's going to go.
Chopper left side foul, Zemer handles it, but a new life at the 0-2 from Cam Jackson will be coming. Where do you think, obviously I don't think we'll get to this point, where do you think Alstein would draw the line for himself if he was struggling? At what point do you say, okay, I'm the guy who makes the decisions, I need to get out of here? Fly ball out in the center from Jackson, sequence on and under it, out number 1 in the inning.
I think if he allows a couple, obviously with the current team up by 7 right now, for sure he's given himself 2 full innings. I wouldn't maybe not be surprised to see him work a third, maybe just to try to preserve some of his arms if he's still feeling good. I also think that pitch count is something that needs to be taken into consideration, and you want to give guys, maybe some of your guys that have pitched a lot and you're going to need for the last couple of games next week, a little bit of a break, so if you can go an extended couple of innings. And also, he's only pitched in 1 game in his season, so he's got to be feeling pretty decent with a fresh arm out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Trent Van Ness steps into the box, the right fielder. To face Alstein, he's behind in the count 1-1. 1-2 now. Got to talk to Braden Schley when we found out that Alstein was playing for the Casco Athletics, part of the Shoreland League. So they just played the Lookouts the other day. That was a help your cause, get a win for Coach Alstein. Schley said he pitched pretty well. Then I asked Alstein about it. Breaking ball, swings through it. Out number 2 here via the K for Van Ness.
Number 27.
Schley said Alstein can pitch it well. Alstein said, it's okay. Obviously, you don't want to toot your own horn a little bit too much, but what we've seen from Alstein here today, he is working some good spin on that baseball. 2 away, and Peyton Bannon, the catcher, up to the plate. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Pretty reliant on the breaking ball is Alstein. Chopper here, 5-6 hole. Steinbecker just knocks it down. It'll be an infield single. I think Zemer had to have the opportunity to pull that one out. If Steinbecker gets it, it's a long throw across the infield. Not going to get it. Regardless, a runner on. Second time here, a runner has reached off of Tanner Alstein. And Cole Clark in the 6th spot, ready to take on his second at-bat. What do you know? Another first pitch breaking ball on the inside of the corner for a strike. Chop foul. And the 0-2 coming.
And then another beer, and then another beer, and then another beer.
Alstein wearing the 55 jersey. He's normally in 54 when he's managing, if he's ever wearing the jersey. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Infield creeping around, but Dannon will stay home at first base.
See, he's got some serious movement on some of his breaking pitches. That slider's really coming in with a nasty bite to it. And then you tunnel the fastball right off of that. It's got to be about a 3-4 mile an hour difference.
Delivery here is a chopper foul, just past the glove of John Zemer over at third base. Speaks to why he was such a dominant pitcher for the Blue Ribbons when he was on the active roster as a player, as well as why he had success at Marion and Luxembourg Casco. So, has been successful as an arm all throughout, just misses on the outside corner of the plate. And Clark will slice one into center field. Sequin, some more action for him out in center. Able to hold on to it. 3 outs here in the 4th. We're gonna
Mason Sequin is on deck. Who's on deck is presented by CR Construction. Sam?
Yeah, Mason Sequin struggles some at the plate so far this season, but looking to get things rolling here in the Denny Ruh Classic. An opportunity to just come out here, have some fun, a good day of baseball. You already had your manager coming out and getting some work in. Why not have a good day? Alstein's day is done on the mound. We'll be interested to see who's going to take over for him. But he's back over at third base, ready to coach this squad. Sequin into the box, and Will Met still on the mound. Turns on one. Mason Sequin out in the left field. And just slides too far foul. Good swing of the bat there from Mason Sequin. Good aggressiveness. We haven't seen that all too often from Mason Sequin, so good to see. Delivery here from Will Met misses outside. Count even, one apiece. Landon Lozier on deck. And it's Steinbecker and Ptazik if any of those guys can reach. Sequin, fair ball on the inside. He's off and running, rounding first, digging for 2. He'll have a stand-up double. That ball gets all the way down in the left field corner. Mason Sequin snags a base hit.
Good swing of the bat there for Sequin, able to get this one just over the third base bag down the left field line. And when he does get on base, he's got some speed to him, so that was an easy double for Sequin.
Lozier takes a first pitch strike with the man on second base. Very aggressive approach so far from the Blue Ribbons hitters, and it's paid off well. Lozier turns on one, ends up snagged right in the hands of Clark over at first base. Advancing to third is Mason Sequin, so runner on third, but Landon Lozier retired for the third time.
Clark showing some nimbleness over there at first on that ground ball. Hit right to him. Nice play.
Cole Clark has played some good baseball here. Seymour High School graduate. Brings Steinbecker an RBI opportunity. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Make it 3. A couple of big Wisconsin State League games being played today. West Allis at Lombard, taking on the Orioles in a doubleheader starting at 4. Strike on the inside corner. Currently Sheboygan in first place, 15-8. Lombard 13-8. Green Bay 14-10. Delivery inside, ball 4. Steinbecker draws the 1-out walk. So although they're having fun here, still some things going on elsewhere. Addison and Lombard also have to play a ball game on Monday. And Sheboygan and Kenosha will also resume a 7-4 game at Kenosha at the top of the third. So that's a Wisconsin State League standings update. Jake Patazik steps in, takes ball 1. Patazik sends a ball out to right field. This one's carrying back towards the wall and off of it. Bottom of the wall, running home is Sequin. Steinbecker will give chase all the way 4. Throw comes in, not in time. It's a stand-up double for Jake Patazik. A good swing of the bat off the sign out in right field that says Team Apparel. And Green Bay, no mercy right now. They lead 9-0. Speaking of Team Apparel, blue ribbons of the current. They're wearing the navy tops, white pants, mostly navy ball caps and helmets. And the DRC All-Stars, we get a nice flyover here. That was scheduled. They're wearing the camo tops, white pants. Except for Cole Clark over there, he's electing to go with the shorts option. Nice and breezy. And the old camo hats. The lefty James Bornick steps up to the plate and takes a breaking ball with Patazik on second. Green Bay has hit it well today. Fouls went off, does James Bornick.
And I think the most impressive thing is we've seen it to all different parts of the field. We've seen some balls pulled. There have been balls hit to the gap in the left center gap from left-handed batters, right center gap from right-handed batters, spreading it all around the diamond.
Count goes 3-1. Absolutely have to agree with you on that one. Just the fact that they are not trying to do too much. You can come out here and you can think, oh, we're facing some guys that haven't played in a while, and we're going to light them up, do, X, Y, and Z, and try to do way too much. James Bornick swings all the way out of his shoes, dang near, on that pitch from Wilmette. Count goes full. Bornick may be a guy that you could say he's trying to do too much. He's got a strikeout, just 1 of 7 on the season so far, but James Bornick, he's never in that position. 3-2. He's going to draw a walk, and will take his time on a stroll over to first base, bringing up the big blast, last time up, John Zemer. I would assume run rule is still in effect if we
I
get
don't
to that
know.
point, but
That's a good question.
I don't have all of the answers on that one. Typically in a 7-inning ball game, it's 10 after 5.
Well,
And
that
John
one's
Ziemer,
10 out.
yep, that one, turn on it. Daniel Leo is just going to look back. Another 3-run blast from John Ziemer. Give him the crown. He's probably going to be our home run derby at this point.
Home run for John Ziemer.
Ziemer, a couple of big flies out to left field. Don't get too hot, John. They might send you away to the Northwood League. He's been working on the swing all summer long, has had his fair share of ups and downs, but a couple of big fly no-doubters here from John Ziemer. 12-0.
Couple really big swings of the bat, no doubts on that one. Pitch to hit, drove it to left. John Ziemer's really had a nice outing. He started to come along towards the end of the season and really seeing some fruits of the labor start to come to fruition here in the DRC.
Robinson, first pitch, turns on it. Clark over there, able to corral and takes it himself. The unassisted ground ball over to first base. Nobody knew how many outs there were. That's going to be 3. And the inning over.
Should have been out number 2.
That's when they seemed awfully convinced that was 3. So convinced if it wasn't for home plate umpire saying there's only 2, probably everybody would have listened. Said it's Miles Hunter. He'll spoil away the first pitch, right side. Clark going back and unable to make the over-the-shoulder catch. So Hunter will have a new opportunity here with 2 away. Everybody that's in the lineup except Landon Lozier and Isaac Pullman has accounted for a run so far today. Steinbecker, Patazik, Ziemer, and Robinson have all scored at least twice, including Ziemer. 2 for 2 with a couple of home runs and 3 runs scored. Hunter behind in the count 0-2. Breaking ball. Turns on it. Gives a good ride out to left field. That ball's going back, and that ball is gone. Miles Hunter and John Ziemer, they're going back-to-back here. Couple of home runs for both of them, and they want it all. There's no mercy. Both those guys are going to be in the home run derby this afternoon, and they're trying to battle it out in the game. 13-0 the score.
Second big fly for Miles, swinging a really good bat. He's had 2 home runs and a double today. Talked about his power in that middle of the lineup in his high school days and carrying it over here this evening.
Strike here to Pullman. He's been retired both times he's stepped to the plate. Fly out to center, and then a comebacker right to the pitcher. Wilmette in the last inning. Pullman, left side, carrying foul, and will hit the grass.
It's 4:15 local time. Do you consider that the evening or the afternoon still?
I'd say afternoon.
Okay. When does the evening start? 5?
Oh gosh. Yeah, like 5:30. Probably after 5. 5 o'clock somewhere. That's when the evening starts. I don't know, I feel like it just depends. In winter, Pullman, that ball skips in the dirt. 2-2 the count. In winter, I feel like evening starts like 3:30. Just because it's like pitch black outside. You get home, it's like pitch black. And no, I'd say 5 o'clock feels like a good time to start the evening. Swings through it. Pullman is a victim of the strikeout for out number 3, but not before Green Bay strikes big. 6 runs in their half of the 4th. We go to 5. Samurai shot down the infield. Blue Ribbons. Zach Bruce steps up to the plate, and guess what? He's going to face James Bornick, the right-hander in Bornick. On the mound, have no idea what his arsenal looks like. Really no idea if and when was the last time he pitched. I assume everybody's pitched when they were growing up, and Bornick, he's got the motion. So it's definitely not his first time, but the speed, not the most here on the fastball.
That was a phenomenal Ephus pitch. Just came in super slow. Speed him up with a fastball. There you
go. Bornick ahead 0-2. What a memorable afternoon it'll be here for James Bornick. Ahead 0-2 in the count. Breaking ball inside. Got him via the backwards K, and all he's doing is laughing. Zach Bruce, he's down on strikes. Played for the Ribs in 2021. Can only imagine they were a couple of teammates back then. And James Bornick, all he can do is laugh out there on the mound. No pitching outings in his 4 years with Marion.
Now, there is a run rule in effect. We were discussing this in the commercial break. 10-run rule is in effect here, so if the All-Stars fail to score in this inning, if they fail to score at least 3, this game will conclude and we'll get the field set for the home run derby, which should be pretty fun.
Derby already heating up in this one as Dante Wilmette steps up to the plate, a strikeout victim back in the 3rd. That was when Tanner Alstein started his inning. Broken bat chopper. Steinbecker is there. He's going to come across the infield. No good. Wilmette on with an infield single. You can kiss that baseball back goodbye. That brings up Daniel Leo, the youngster here for the Ribbons, the youngest on the squad. And he'll go against James Bornick. Leo was a bat boy for the Blue Ribbons. Nice one out into right field. And they're going to get the out at second base. It'll be a fielder's choice. A 9-6 fielder's choice. How about it? Isaac Coleman heading over there. And Wilmette had all he could do to put on the burners.
That is number 44, Brad.
Goes as a base hit for Daniels. That's pretty cool. Gets his first hit in a Blue Ribbons top.
Yeah. Daniel pretty good athlete with the Preble Hornets. Now Brett Whiffen will step in for a pinch hit appearance. Southwest High School grad and went to William Penn in Iowa. Graduated there in 2024, played with the Blue Ribbons, and pitched from 21 to 23. Leo takes off into second base with a stolen base. Hornick gets Whiffen to swing through that one, and he's got him 2-1.
Whiffen is the all-time and single-season leader in saves in Blue Ribbons history.
Gets a good piece of wood on this one, but turns it. It's going to slice all the way foul, drop in the grass to the left of left field. Hornick and Whiffen having a word. He's going no batting gloves. You think he took a couple of practice swings before this, or he was just like, nah, let's send it?
I think you just send it in some way. That's what I would do.
He's gonna feel it tomorrow. You hit an 8. I wish it was like, okay, once I'm like 30, like if I just step in the box and take a couple of swings, I'd be hurting. At 22, if I stepped in the box right now, took a couple of swings, I'd be hurting for a few days. Whiffen fouls this one back, and Hornick will have another opportunity to go after him here on the 2-2. Two away. Chopper right side. Fielded on, and a toss over to first base to Zemer. That's out number 3, and that'll do it.
The final score of the DRC All-Stars
ever
pre-made
Denny Ruh Classic, your
Please don't go anywhere. Today's fun is only half over.
knock
as
off
we'll
the
begin our
DRC
full
All-Stars,
in about half an hour.
13-0 here at the Joe. For the first ever Denny Ruh Classic here at the Joe. Your current Green Bay Blue Ribbons, they win 13-0 over the DRC All-Stars right here on Blue Ribbons Media Network. Dominant. It was a good one. We talked about this, how you can have a high-scoring game and it not be exciting, but this one, it had all the parts. 4 home runs, hit by a couple of guys, and what do you see today just from the Blue Ribbons of the current?
Yeah, just some really good swings of the bat. Obviously, some deep drives from John Zemer. Miles Hunter got into a couple of baseballs, so just great to see for the guys. And I think it was just a good experience all around. I got to see Coach Alstein out on the mound, which we haven't gotten a chance to really see him show his athletic prowess this year, but great to see that. And I think just in general, it doesn't necessarily go down as something in in the stat book necessarily, but it is a pretty fun deal for these guys to be able to come out here and just have a little bit of a showcase in front of a really nice crowd on a Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely, and of course, the reason we're all here is Denny Ruh. He passed away at 82 in April of 2023 after a brief health battle, but 26 jerseys retired here for the Blue Ribbons, one of the first ever managers here in Blue Ribbons history, a founder of Bay Baseball in the 70s. What does it mean just to be able to kind of commemorate him today in terms of having everybody come out here, just have a really good day of baseball, and we're going to wrap it up with the Home Run Derby?
Yeah, I think, anytime that there's someone that means something as much as what Denny meant to the Blue Ribbons and to just this area and baseball as a whole, it's really important to remember those guys, keep their legacies alive, and pay tribute to them in a special way. And obviously, sitting around and just talking with some of the members of the board here at the Blue Ribbons, you just get the sense that he was such a special guy and really someone who touched a lot of lives of a lot of people and someone who is sorely missed to this day. So to be able to honor him in a way like this is pretty cool.
Absolutely. The fun not over yet. A Home Run Derby coming up in about 30 minutes, probably around 5 o'clock here. We'll start, and we'll get an MVP presentation. Gotta say it's going to go either to John Zemer or Miles Hunter. Can't imagine it goes either way.
Yeah, they'd be pretty good candidates either way. A couple homers for both of those guys. You had John really start to break out of a little bit of that season-long slump, and then Miles is really making a strong push for maybe being on the team next year. His debut against a live competition was really impressive, and then a couple of big swings of the bat today. So really making a good case either way for both of those guys.
Absolutely. A fun season of Blue Ribbons baseball shortly wrapping up this next week. We got the Home Run Derby coming up next. Sam Marchand, Dom D'Angelo on behalf of the Blue Ribbons. The first ever Denny Ruh Classic. It ends in favor of your current Blue Ribbons, 13-0 over the DRC All-Stars. From the Joe, one more time. We'll be back soon. Thank you and have a good one.